I didn't know they were blind.
They're not. Harold?
What did I do?
Now don't give me any of that sweet talk of yours. Heads up, everybody. Remember when you first came to my class? Remember how you kept telling me there were all kinds of things you couldn't do because you were blind? And remember how I held onto your hand for a long time? Until one day you let go? I'm very fond of you, Harold. Very. But sometimes you just go too far.
But you're always telling us to do what we want, like other kids.
You are like other kids. But you just have to use more sense. Now you get on that bus and behave yourself. All of you. Thank you, they can take care of themselves. Harold, sit down.
No.
Why not?
I'm not going to sit next to a girl.
I'm a girl. You've sat next to me, even in my lap if you needed it.
You're not a girl, you're a teacher.
Harold, sit down. I mean it.
No.
If you don't sit next to Helen, I'm going to have to separate you from the group.
You're always telling us to be independent, but that's not what you're letting me be.
When Ruby J was in high school, wondering what she would do with the rest of her life, a ridiculous thing happened. A boy took her to her first Chinese restaurant, and she ate her fortune cookie unaware that she was also eating the slip of paper inside. The boy laughed at her, and Ruby began to cry. But even when he apologized, she couldn't stop crying. And she knew that if she tried to explain her tears to him, he wouldn't understand. Nobody would understand her deep conviction that on the slip of paper she had eaten was her true fortune, and she would never, never know what it was.
Miss J! Miss J! Harold! He got off the bus, Miss J! Alone!
Driver, stop the bus! Please stop the bus! Children, you're all beginning to use your hands now because you're a little afraid, aren't you? Listen, children, Harold has done a very foolish thing, but it's going to be all right. I'm sure he's back there where he got off the bus. I'm going to go back to find him, but I want you to stay here, and I want you to use your eyes and not your hands. You understand?
Children's Dental Clinic? Has Miss Ruby J. with 6 handicapped children from Brooklyn shown up yet? Well, hold on.
I'll take judo lessons and build my muscles anytime I please.
Friends show up yet?
They left 45 minutes ago?
I need muscles. Look at me.
Thank you. She's late. I can't understand it.
What do you want me to do?
Well, what I told you. Show them around the station. Give them a good feeling about the police and be charming.
Kennedy says everybody should be physically fit. So I'm taking judo lessons. Or is it wrong to be patriotic?
Please, Mr. Green.
Don't please Mr. Green me. You tell that partner of mine that if I eat plums, it doesn't mean I'm going to throw the pits on them. And if I take judo lessons, it doesn't mean I'm planning to beat them up.
That's what you said when you brought a tennis racket to the store one day, and 2 days later smashed it over his head. Then you took up golf, and your partner got stitches. Now you're taking up judo. What does that mean?
Well, you see, Lieutenant, it's this way. With a partner, it's like with a wife. Somebody's got to be the boss. So with my muscles, if I should hit him now, it would be like the first-degree murder. That's all I want him to know. And if he called the police, now he knows it, so all is well.
Parker. Libby around here?
Yes, she's at my desk.
Put the call through on Adam's phone. Let me ask you a question. Why does your partner take all this?
After 40 years, does it matter?
What's wrong, baby?
That was my friend. One of those children got off the bus, and she can't find him.
Got off the bus. How did that happen?
I don't know, but she's waiting for us on the street with those children.
Wait a minute.
This is Parker. Okay.
Okay, let's go.
Hey, that's her.
Thanks, Libby. I just called his parents and my principal.
Adam, this is Miss Ruby J. Ruby, this is Detective Adam Flynn.
I'm sorry about this.
Are you a for real detective? Honest, is he? Is he, Miss J? Do you have a badge and a gun? Are you going to shoot Harold?
Well, not unless he shoots me first.
He couldn't shoot you. He can't even see you.
How much vision does Harold have?
He's almost legally blind.
What's the matter, kid? You blind or something?
Miss J, you said sometimes a child like Harold sees more than this. Sometimes less. How come?
Well, emotions have a lot to do with it. It depends on how handicapped they feel or how brave. I could do with a little bravery right now myself. Are the children still out there?
No, Detective Arcaro is showing them around.
Yeah. They'll have to work with the description we put out until the boy's parents get here. Yeah, we asked them to bring a clear photo. Any minute. Okay.
We'll find him, Miss J.
You know this boy pretty well. What do you think he had in mind getting off the bus?
What the lieutenant means is, did he get angry and on the spur of the moment jump off the bus? Because that's the way it sounds to me, Mike. You see, that would help us to know where to concentrate.
He didn't want to sit next to a girl. You made him sit. He got sore. He got off the bus without thinking where or when. He's probably wandering around and around in that area.
No. Harold is a boy who feels and thinks very hard about everything. He's also a very determined boy. Right now, he's on his way home without help.
All the way to Brooklyn?
Well, you just said that as if you know.
I know Harold.
Well, from Midtown Manhattan to Brooklyn is a pretty long walk for anybody, let alone someone who,
Miles and miles of streets he's never seen. It'll take him till nighttime. What do you think he feels you did to him?
Yeah.
Excuse me, Lieutenant. The boy's parents are here.
Please, they're probably very upset and very angry with me. May I speak to them first?
I don't see why not. Madam, get the photo from the parents. Show Miss Shea into that empty office.
Right.
Please. I'm sure Harold will be found very shortly.
I believe in the police also, Miss J.
Yes.
Mr.
We
Denton,
have nothing against you, Miss J.
No, really, we haven't.
but I'd like to explain why I feel this
Oh,
happened.
but there's no need, Miss J.
We understand.
Harold is a very unusual boy. An unusually sensitive boy. And
Miss J, we're his parents.
the way we handle him now, you don't understand.
Miss J, we're his parents.
When he's found, what is said or not said, I'm trying to explain it to you.
We would like to talk to the lieutenant now, Miss J.
It'll make a difference. Don't you understand that? A difference between a cane in his hand and a seeing, free boy.
My son is blind, Miss J. Now, a year ago, when we allowed you to talk us into keeping him in a sight-saving class,
Your son is not blind.
Miss J, he's our son. We gave birth to a blind child. We're resigned to it. It's not the most terrible thing in the world. Well, it's nobody's fault. Well, nobody's to blame. But we can't allow ourselves to lie to ourselves.
Your son is not blind. But he will be if you make him so.
my son is blind. And if he were out there on those streets right now with a cane, my wife and I wouldn't be here this second, sick to death with worry.
Your son wants to see. A year ago, when you brought him to us, you had sheltered him so that he was afraid of everything. Harold is brave, but it's new. It's all so new. When I disciplined him on that bus, his independence was threatened. Even from me. Even from me. He's out there in the street right now testing it. In the most desperate way he knows.
Now, you listen to me. Now, I don't know what's driving you personally by taking up this kind of work, or why you're playing with my son's life.
Playing with it. I'm fighting for it.
How? By letting a blind boy buck a city full of trucks and cars and dangers of every kind?
Well, Mr. Denton, I'm sure we'll find him.
Now, you listen to me, and you listen good. Now, we lost our first 2 babies in childbirth. And when Harold came to us, blind, well, I stopped going to church. Now, do you understand me? I stopped going to church.
Maybe it wasn't God you stopped believing in. Maybe it was life itself. Harold.
Now, what are you trying to prove through my son? That the blind can be made to see?
He's going to die. All of a sudden, I know it. Harold's going to die.
Hey, kid, it's dirty down there. I knocked it out of your hand. How much was it? What's the matter, kid? Something wrong with your eyes?
I can see as good as anybody.
All I want to do is help you, kid.
I don't need no help.
Look, I got 6 of my own. I know when there's something wrong with it, kid. Now, come on, let me pull out something. I'll take your phone.
And now we got your fingerprints, you can't ever be bad again. Now, who's the next big crook?
Me.
You look tough to me. Oh, she doesn't want to let us know who she really is. Let me see if I can guess. Tough Tilly? Machine Gun Mary.
It's not true. My mother just said not to get my hands dirty.
That's what all the big crooks say.
Some coffee? No, thanks. Could you use some hot coffee? Very much, thanks. I put sugar in it.
That's all right. The last thing I'm worried about right now is my figure. He said something out there that really rocked me. What really rocked me.
He said a lot of things. A lot of things in anger.
I know. But a teacher is a very special person, Libby. And she can be a very dangerous human being. Very dangerous. He asked me, why did I go into this kind of work? What am I trying to prove? Now, that's a very serious question. Because Harold's being out there in the street right now. That's me out there. I could die out there. A teacher has to know herself inside out. A teacher has to know herself inside out, or she can be very dangerous. Mr. Denton, he's a very proud man, and his pride's been hurt. 2 babies born dead, and then a son, Harold, and Mrs. Denton. She's so sure Harold's gonna get to die out there. God help her. And then there's me. Me. I can't have children. Not any kind of children. There's something missing. So I love other people's children. Especially the damaged ones. When I feel I can make them whole again. Succeed in making them whole again. Then I feel like a woman. I feel like a whole woman. But maybe there's something wrong with that. Maybe Mother Nature doesn't allow substitutions like that. And so it's punishing me through Harold.
Ruby, I've seen you with those children. And you know what I've seen? I've seen them take courage from you. And you know why? If you had been born without fears, an absolutely fearless person, you'd be a stranger to those handicapped children. They wouldn't trust you. And they do trust you. Do you know why? Because they need more love than most people can give them. And you can give them that love. Because they're your children. You're going with nature. More than most women. With nature. Not against it.
We'll see. We'll see.
Look at him. Look at him. Applesauce.
Well, I happen to like applesauce. You lost him on the avenue, huh?
Yeah, running downtown, bumping into things.
Well, he couldn't have gotten very far.
You like applesauce so much?
Got to be around here somewheres.
have a good time, children?
Yeah.
Oh, Mr. Leventhal, this is my husband. This is Harold's principal.
Needless to say, Mr. Denton, we feel very responsible.
This bus will take you back to the neighborhood. And the minute we hear anything,
Are you going to find Harold?
He's got to take a breather soon. He's been on the move for hours. Look, keep checking out parks, library steps, benches, all the places that a kid might decide to take a rest. I know it's going to get dark soon. We all got the same clocks in New York, haven't we?
Where's Miss J now? Through that door up the stairs in Lieutenant Parker's office.
And keep checking out the hospitals. Teachers and policemen. You don't have much money, but on the other hand, you don't have much fun. Adam, you're giving me that tolerant smile, like you're expecting me to indulge in some of my precinct house philosophizing. Well, you happen to be right. I am. Now, you take that girl sitting upstairs. She's one of a crowd, just like we are. Yet, she's got no place to hide. Her integrity and her judgment are always on the line, especially now. If anybody knows why, we do. Because of your care, you're out in the open. And the question comes up, why do we care? Answer, we can't help it. End of lecture.
No, this is not a happy situation, Miss Jerry. In a way, this is not the time to bring this up, with everybody under pressure. But it's been hours. It is getting dark. Now, if anything happens to the boy, but we are a school system, we're responsible. And you might as well know, Miss J, Ruby, regulations will make it necessary for me, much as I approve of your work, regulations will make it necessary for me to include in my report the fact that we've discussed your method of work many times. Ruby.
Yes.
You understand how hard this is for me, don't you? You've used your own methods. I can't say they haven't been effective, sometimes remarkably so. But a school system works under a set of regulations. One of them specifically says that a school is not a therapy clinic for troubled children. It's a school. And yet you've held children in your lap.
If I felt they needed it.
I'm not arguing with you about that. Beyond kindergarten, however, regulations forbid that. Then you've thrown tablecloths over desks, making tents for the children, crawled under with them. Again, regulations. You've let them wear outlandish costumes to school. 3 hats on one. One little girl who stayed a pirate for 2 weeks.
I'm not denying any of that.
Ruby, these children are 10 years old. Regulations require normal dress.
Mr. Leventhal, I am very, very tired.
Sometimes, Ruby, I'm proud to be a teacher.
Where you come from, kid?
Brooklyn?
Hey, why you keep squinting all the time?
My eyes are tired.
Oh, I bet you do a lot of homework.
I don't like it.
Oh, I bet you don't.
Yeah. You scared?
You mean right now you're not scared?
No.
What are they? Brave on your block?
In Brooklyn?
Some are, some ain't.
Well, which kind of you, kid?
I said I'm not scared.
Prove it.
Yeah, go ahead, prove it.
How?
Easy. Like this. You scared? I'll bet he's scared.
You bet your sweet pants he's scared.
I am not scared. Not as scared of nothing.
I dare you, kid.
Yeah, we dare. We double dare you.
How about it, brave one from Brooklyn?
We dare you.
You're a chicken, kid. All mouth and no guts.
We won't do nothing to you, kid. If you're chicken, you can go. Go ahead. We won't do nothing to you.
Hey, you stupid kid, you want to get hurt? I'm gonna call a cop, that's what I'm gonna do.
We dare you, kid. Dare.
Dare you. Double dare you.
You are like other children. You just have to use more sense.
You're a chicken. Chicken.
65th. Calling 65th. It's Detective Flint. Give me Lieutenant Parker. Mike, this is Adam. I'm at the Brooklyn Bridge.
No sign, huh?
No. But I think if he makes it, he'll have to cross the bridge. He lives right on the other side.
If that's where he's going. Okay. Near the entrance. Check.
Hurt you the way you hurt that dog. Hurt you! Hurt you! Fight him, dog! Fight him! Fight him!
Calling the 65th. This is Flint. Let me speak with Miss Ruby J. in Lieutenant Parker's office. Who is this, Frank? Frank, this is Adam. Let me speak with Miss J.
It's for you. Detective Flint wants to ask you something.
Detective Flint, this is Ruby J.
Miss J, this is Detective Flint. Now listen, I want to talk to you because I found Harold. No, don't say a word yet. I've got a question to ask you. I've got my eye on him right this minute. I know he's all right. He's right here by the bridge. What I want to ask you is this. See, I won't be breaking any regulations if I don't pick him up right now. Oh, no, if I just follow him until he makes it home. Do you think that he needs to make it home by himself? Or should I pick him up? Now, just answer yes or no. Yes, if I should pick him up. No, if you think it would be best for him to make it home by himself. Yes or no?
No. No. Thank you. You're a very kind man.
What? I had my hand out, I was turning the corner. Oh, you got all of it. It's gonna go right on my record. It's gonna go right on my record. You're gonna go right on my record. That's what I'm talking about.
fortune cookies before dinner?
Please, if you don't mind.
But fortune cookie is dessert.
Well, she's waited a very long time for this fortune cookie.
Since she was 16 years old.
Am I being silly about my future? Today really shook me up. If I'm going to have another day like today, I'd like to know in advance. Wise men say, a horse has a big head. Let him worry.
There are 8 million stories in the naked city. This has been one of them.
This has been a Screen Gems film presentation. Herbert B. Leonard, executive producer.